Today I'm just going to do a little bit of self-defense. We're getting older, but you do have the right to feel secure when you're out moving around, doing your business. You should be confident enough that you could protect yourself. So I'm going to show you a few things. But before I get into that, we're going to touch on what we all know are phone scams. How many people have received a phone scam call? How many people have fallen for it? Okay. It happens a lot. Okay. Which one did you fall for? Microsoft, yes. They call, there's an issue with your computer. No, there isn't. When you look at the phone, it will, or it may pop up with the phone number that you actually know. UMass. The Spencer Police Department has shown up on a few of them. We're not calling you. Okay. They can spoof the number so it makes it look like somebody else is calling. What they do is they set up with a computer, so it routes through the computer, and the computer actually calls and spoofs the number. So they can tap into any number, anywhere. That's what will show up. Spam Risk has that. Who else keeps popping up?
Social Security.
Social Security, that's a big one.
Yeah, I get my own phone number.
My own.
I looked at that too. I looked at it and said, that phone number looks very familiar. That phone number really looks familiar. Then I looked down because I can't remember my home phone number. Yeah. It was my phone number. Who has received a grandchild in distress call? Okay, first, do you have a grandchild? Yeah. Okay. They keep calling me, your grandchild that needs some money. It's great, but I don't have one. Okay? So they will call, it may sound like them, it's not. The caller will say they're in jail, they were involved in a drunk driving crash, they're in jail, the other person's in the hospital, we need money. They ask for gift cards. No jail on this earth except gift cards as payment. Then they'll give you a phone number to call. Well, this is the sheriff's department to call. You call that phone number. That too is a scammer. Okay. Then they'll call back. Well, the person in the hospital just died. They need more money. And it just keeps going and going and going. Best thing to do if you get one of those, hang up, call the person directly. They're not in trouble. Okay. And they've actually found, Reader's Digest had an article on it, they were actually found that they were running the your grandchild is in jail scam from a jail. The inmates had phone access. They were running it from inside the jail. So if you get a call, hang up. Don't give any information. Another one I keep receiving, your television services. That one at least 4 times a day now, which is great because I'm trying to sleep. They will call. This is your television services calling. Your frequencies in your area have changed. I need you to log in. I'm sorry, I don't own a TV. Okay? It's okay to be rude to them. You know, our generation was taught don't be rude to anybody. You have permission to be rude to them.
Getting the ID says spam risk.
Right.
Spam risk. And I don't answer it, of course.
Don't even answer it. Because it's showing that your phone company is now filtering through and going, this does not look legitimate, so it will pop up as a spam risk. If they don't know how to spoof a number right,
So it's coming from a legit source saying it's a spam risk.
when it pops up on your phone and says spam risk,
Yeah.
your phone company has already determined this is probably a bad thing.
Okay. I
Okay.
didn't know that.
Yeah, so that will pop up. Spam risk, don't even have to pick up. I know they just keep calling over and over again.
Email.
Email.
Get emails from people that I know, and if the first time I opened it up, it was a scam, but I had heard my name is out there too, so anybody's name can be out there.
Anybody's name is out there. All somebody has to do is Google type in your name. There's a whole bunch of information that pops up. Who you're related to, everything else. It's right out there. Okay, so they will just keep tapping in, tapping in, tapping in. I Googled myself and didn't like what I saw. Okay? So if somebody wants to take my ID, go for it. You are in big trouble now.
They use these phones too?
They use burner phones. They use untraceable phones. They use all kinds of things. A lot of them are from overseas. You don't know where they're calling from. Said they could be calling from a jail. But phone scams are on the rise. People falling for them are on the rise. And I've had people with PhDs fall for them, so anybody can.
This one that called me was a young man and with a deep voice, but he constantly, I thought he had the virus. I mean, he was constantly coughing and he didn't sound like anybody. So even if it, even if it were your grandson, you could hardly know who it was with the way, because he had such a bad cold. Because he said he broke his nose.
Or I'm stranded overseas.
Oh, that must be awful.
They're not.
I know.
They're not over there. They're not stranded overseas. I'm going to go into some computer scams because we all know phone scams. How many have computers? How many receive tons and tons of junk mail? What they have is, it's called phishing. And that's exactly what they're doing, is they are fishing for your information. They will send you an email. You just want a whole set of pots and pans. All you have to do is enter your information. It's a scam.
Well, I had a very odd phone call, and they says, well, this is your husband. I'm stuck in Mexico. Can you send me some money? My husband died 3 months earlier. Can you imagine my surprise?
Well, that's funny. I'm sure I left him in the cemetery. Okay?
I told him to go jump in the lake.
Yeah, mine calls for my other half, and I just tell him he's dead. He's not, but it gets them to stop calling. But the computer scams are even more on the rise. You'll get an email that looks like it's from your bank. If you look really carefully, there's misspellings, there's typos. Your bank does not usually send information this way. Don't call the phone number that's put in the email, because they'll tell you it's legitimate. Look on your bank card. Look it up in the phone book. I know I'm dating myself. I actually know what a phone book is. Okay? Get the real number and call them directly. Did you send this? Your credit card's the same way. You get all kinds of information, your credit card statement. Call them directly. Flip over your card, get that customer service number, call that number. Nothing in the email, because that's a scam. Once you're hooked, you're hooked. What are some of the other scams?
Yesterday, a gentleman came to my door, a young man, and he looked authentic, and he says, do you know, I live here, not too far from here, all this fast talk, and he said, do you want to know how much your house is worth? That did it. No, I don't. Goodbye. Don't answer your door either.
Right, but those solicitors, if you're soliciting in town, like the solar companies and some of the other companies that come out, if they are in this town, they have to register, pull a permit through the police department, and we need to know who is out, where they are. If somebody comes to your door selling electric, you don't like this, call the police department and verify. Because sometimes they try and sneak around the permit, and I love hunting them down because it's a nice hefty fine for them, okay? But they are. If they're soliciting door to door, they need a permit from our town, okay?
Sometimes you're not even safe, like at Walmart, because a couple of years ago, I was there, and there's this, and like you want to get your family photograph and stuff. It's called North America. And what they do is they show you the samples they have, and they have you do a down payment, and they take off with the money.
Yep, they take off.
I kid you not.
One of the other ones, these special occasions will pop up in your computer. If you sign up today, you can get, special dates. Has anybody received those? Okay. What it is then somebody gets you on the line. They hook you into them. They fished for you. They got you on the line. They'll make you think that you're falling in love with them. They're great guys. They're here. And then suddenly you get the email. I'm stuck in an oil rig overseas. My credit cards don't work. I have no way to get home. My paycheck is delayed. I want gift cards. So, go down, you buy the gift cards, scratch off the number on the back, give them the number. Your $100 is gone. They're not going for 100. They want thousands and thousands of dollars. Once you start giving it to them, then they'll want more. Oh, now I have a medical bill I can't pay. I need more money. So there is one $30,000. They've had cases of people scammed out of over $100,000. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Okay. Has anybody else received other scams? Email.
I got one for my father-in-law, and I had to look twice because he was going through a divorce, and it said that there was an outstanding bill from 10 years ago. And they went so far as to say, don't contact us, have them call with this number, it's a law firm. It wasn't. It was a scam.
It wasn't. It was a whole big scam.
Mm-hmm. But the timing made it
It's
kind of susceptible, so
that's when you're at
somebody's doing their homework.
that's when you're at your most vulnerable. Is then they'll start to grab that. Oh, I can latch onto this and get information and money. You have an outstanding warrant. Has anybody received those?
I've never been arrested. I don't know how I have a warrant.
The police department doesn't call you if we're coming to find you. You know why? Because then you're ready for us. And sometimes when you're ready for us, it turns out very badly for everybody involved. The police department will not call and say you have a warrant. We're just going to hunt you down anyway. Okay? Yeah, unless you pay this IRS bill. There is a warrant for your arrest. And you know what kind of payment do they want? Gift cards, because they're untraceable. Once that money is gone, it's gone, and the banks are now saying you voluntarily gave it. We're not covering you anymore. Okay? Visa, MasterCard, American Express, all the credit card companies are investing millions and millions of dollars to try and stay ahead of the scammers. It's not working. They're smarter and faster than people who are trying to keep up with them.
I have a question.
Here's a check. Can you deposit my $500 check? You keep $200 for yourself and send the $300 to me. People still do it. Then this check bounces. You own it. Yep, you own that. If you get a check in the mail, make sure it's a check you're actually expecting. I know, a lot of people don't do checking in the mail anymore. I'm old. I still do a check. Okay? There's a nice paper trail for this. Even though it's old-fashioned, it still works. If you are expecting a check in the mail from a legitimate person, okay. If you suddenly get a check in the mail that you don't know who it's from, where it's from, either rip it up, bring it to the police station. We'll verify if it's right or wrong, okay? We can check into it. Don't cash it, because now you're on the hook for it.
But you can also find who gave it.
Those are hard to trace too.
Oh, really?
Yes, those are very, very hard to trace because the so-called bank that they're using doesn't exist. So by the time you have that clearance time, so you got your money because you've got enough money in your account to cover it, so you got your money. Once that hold expires, that's when they realize we don't have it anymore. We're done. So don't cash anything else. And especially the computers, watch for the computers, the scams that pop up. So they're really starting to look legit. eBay, Amazon is a big one.
I've been getting lots of Amazon ones on my app.
Your Amazon team.
Yes, and I'm like,
Amazon doesn't have a team. Okay?
I'm ordering on my phone, so this has happened to me twice, ordering through Amazon on my cell phone, I didn't take my card out right away after I ordered. I had left it on there, but they wiped it clean.
Yep, they wiped it clean. Personally, what I do is I have one credit card I use online. Never leaves the house, so I know where that one goes. But those are the scams that are out there. Just be very, very careful. If in doubt, don't click on it. Don't pick up the phone. And don't give people your information over the phone. What they're looking for is your date of birth, your social security number. The banks with their scams are looking for your account number. Once they have your account number, you're getting wiped out. Be very, very careful. Said people are falling for them. It happens, but just be very careful.
And it's not just the older people.
It's not.
It's everybody's buying.
The older population right now is still the highest. My generation is unfortunately caught up with you. Okay. And now those in their 20s are catching up even faster. Okay. They're falling for things left and right because the only thing they know is the computer and online.
You're like, oh, it sent to me. Oh, they clicked.
So that generation is now catching up to the rest of us being scammed.
Are you saying that if someone gets my checking account number, they can clean up my checking account?
Absolutely, and if all your bank accounts are linked together, they can take everything you own.
Then is the bank responsible? Or am I responsible? You are.
A lot of times you are. If they hacked in and got it, then the bank is responsible because it was a breach in their security. But if you voluntarily give them your information over the phone,
But I'm saying,
the bank is saying,
as long as I don't give out my checking account number, it's safe.
right.
Okay, that's what I wanted.
But that's what they're looking for. Especially the computers, they'll pop up. Can you verify your account information? No, I can't. Okay? They want you to verify your account information. They have it. That's a scammer phishing for your information. Don't just go tit. Now they have your information. You can easily get wiped out.
Even Amazon will not give you a thing saying, can you verify your account because it's already in there.
It's in there.
Another thing that I've seen people do a lot is Facebook. The pop-up ads, you get this great deal on these $100 shoes for $29.99.
Mm-hmm.
Don't use your own debit card. Buy a prepaid debit card. If it doesn't accept it, it's a scam.
It's a scam.
That's how they get your number. And what you were saying with your account, the only other thing I can think of is if you have say you have a Chase credit card and you have it paid by your checking account, if they end up getting your Chase account, they can get into your account number. Just so you know, if you save it on there, they can manipulate it like that.
Facebook also has some scams that go out. It looks like a legitimate Facebook post, say from, you're in front of me, so I keep picking on you. Besides, you got cute lemurs on your shirt. Okay? You send out a Facebook post. My niece is deathly ill. Can you send money to this account? That's usually a scam. The best thing if you get one of those, unless you know for sure that this family is in a crisis, check with that family, check with whoever supposedly sent that out, because they'll tap into your Facebook account, make a fake profile, send it out to all your friends that they've now hacked into, and scam them out of money.
Facebook has all these awesome games where, what's your favorite likes? What's your favorite color? Don't play those games. Don't play the question games because that's how they understand who you are and what's about you.
Yeah. They are fishing for your information.
How many kids you got? Do you like this? Do you like that?
Yeah.
I
They're
never
just-
play those games
They're
on
just
Facebook.
digging and digging and digging to get more information. I have a Facebook page only because I need to creep everybody else. Okay? It's amazing what dumb criminals will post on their Facebook page. Okay? But you need a Facebook account in order to get into their Facebook account. It's the only reason I have one. It's fine. It's great. It keeps you in touch with your family and friends. But just be really careful on that too.
So you have a credit card, okay? You have a credit card, you pay all your food on it, you know, okay. How do you actually pay off that credit card if you can't have them take it out of the bank and you can't write a check, because that way they'll get your routing number? How do you pay off a credit card then?
Well, usually you can pay it online. You can pay through your credit, through your bank. You can do it that way.
Pay it online, what do you mean, using what?
You can use your bank account. You just have to be really careful for getting emails and posts that you're not familiar with.
Okay, so it's okay to pay off a monthly credit card with a check. It's okay for your bank to pay off your monthly credit bill.
Yes, that you can link everything together. I don't know how many people travel. I used to travel a lot. Unfortunately, well, things slowed down. When you travel, does anybody here travel? Okay. Consider bringing a separate debit card from a separate bank, because that's all they're going to get. If somebody scams that debit card, all they're going to get is there, and it's not linked to anything else.
That's a great idea.
Traveler's checks, I'm not even sure if they issue them anymore.
I don't think they'd use those, don't leave home without it.
Right. But if you're traveling with a friend, both of you don't use the same ATM. Because if one of you gets scammed, so will the other one. Okay? Considering have a credit card just for online transactions. I have one credit card that never leaves the house. Online transactions, why? Because you can keep track of it a lot better.
If I go out of the state, you have to call them and let them know where you're going.
Yes.
What the dates are.
So they know,
Otherwise,
because
if
it's
someone caught it and you're in Hawaii or something, they won't accept it.
because you're out of your normal spending habits. You're out of your normal spending territory. You need to let them know so they can unlock and go, okay, they are legitimately there.
My suggestion is if you pay your Chase credit card through your checking account, you know how when you do it, you get your bill and it says save this payment information? That's what I'm saying. I don't save it. I take my account number out, and every month when I go to pay it, I put it back in.
Re-enter it back in.
Don't let it save it, because then it's in the system, and that's my concern.
But I have my credit card automatically.
Yeah.
when I check
The banks can set up an automatic pay. That's straight through your bank.
Yes.
Okay? So they have their own security. That's straight through your bank.
I have for my Amazon, and my phone, my account number has been in there forever. I shouldn't do that.
I take out your credit card information.
How do I even
So-
do that?
You can just go like you're going to order something, and you click on the credit card, and then you just go through and delete it.
So I gotta put it in every time.
Unfortunately, yes. Because if not, once they hack into it, they can go, woohoo! I hope she has a big spending limit.
Is that what was saying about Amazon and take the credit card?
Take the credit card. When it says, say you're typing into Amazon, order a lot of stuff, you type in your credit card information, and there's a little box that says, do you want to save this?
Yeah.
Don't. Then it automatically wipes it out. Then you have to re-enter it every time. It's a pain, but then somebody's not getting your information. But those are all the fun scams out there. And they just keep coming up with more and more. So that's how you say stay online, on the phone. But what about if you're out in person? How do you say stay safe when you're out roaming the streets?
Be aware of your surroundings.
Excellent. What else?
Be aware of your surroundings.
Know what's going on around you. If you're out at night in a parking lot, park under a light. Park as close to the store as you can. Be aware of what's going on everywhere around you. The worst thing is when you're doing this. Who's paying attention? Somebody can easily come up behind you. You know, I have all this stuff to keep me safe out there. It's a lot of heavy stuff. It helps protect me. But how do we protect you out there? Okay. Definitely be aware.
Make a lot of noise.
Definitely make noise. yell, scream. Some people carry a whistle. You can go out at night. You're allowed to go out at night. Come join me out at night. It's very lonely. Yes, I'm usually, I'm out and about. But be aware of your surroundings, especially bushes along the sides of the street. What can hide in bushes? People. Animals, definitely. So if the bushes are really, really tight against the sidewalk, you may have to step into the street if it's safe to do that. Just stay away from, give it a little more distance. Keep distance between you and something else. That's the best thing, is be aware of your surroundings. Don't look down.
What do you recommend as far as, I walk my dog a lot and I do have mace and
Do you carry the mace or the pepper spray? Pepper spray, yeah. It works on a lot of people.
windy day it's not good.
Windy day, it's not good because you're wearing it.
That's right.
Okay. I've been sprayed enough, I'm like, ooh, taco night. Okay. It will work on most animals, it will work on most people, but you have to watch the back spray because now it's on you. You can't see, you're fighting off somebody who can't see, it gets worse from there.
Is the stream, the new one that they have that's supposed to be like a gel that streams, is
They-
that one a lot better?
They have a stream, they have a foam. Those are a little better than the original cone. Dog repellent works too. You do not need a permit for pepper spray.
What about mace?
No, you do not need a permit anymore. Nope, that was wiped out probably 15 years ago. Clem's, any gun store. I think Walmart might have it behind the locked case. Okay, so you can carry pepper spray. However, if you live in housing, check with the housing authority first, because if it accidentally goes off in your apartment, the air filtration might take it to everybody else's. Okay, so check with your housing authority first to see if you can have it.
One other way to stay safe that I haven't done yet, but it's on my list, is to put a peephole in my front door.
People who see who's at, get a Ring camera, or all the other cameras that are out there. I can't specify one because they're all very good out there. But if you're out in public, so be aware. Most of them like looking down like this. Well, you're not going to get a lot of pennies down there. Okay, pennies. Well, unless you get a bunch of them, they're not worth much. But if you're looking down, how vulnerable are you? You're very vulnerable. People are just going to sneak right up on and hurt you. So if you want to walk straight up, walk like you know where you're going and what you're doing. Even if you're lost and wandering around. If you look like you know where you're going, you're not as vulnerable. Yeah, you're standing up straight. You're looking forward. You're walking with confidence.
So I have a question about walking. I'm out walking, somebody passes by me. Do I look that person in the eye?
Look them in the eye. Make eye contact. Hey, I see you. Somebody's approaching you at the grocery store or on the lot. I see you. If you stare at them, it may creep them out a little bit, okay? But if you make eye contact, yeah, I know you're there. Don't you try and come after me because I know you're there. I see you.
What if you're looking at them and they turn around?
That means they're nervous.
You're nervous?
That's a good thing. Then you just made them nervous. Okay? So if they had any thoughts of going after you, I'm leaving her. I'm leaving her alone.
Be afraid to turn around and make sure.
Yeah, make sure they're not following you.
And listen.
Yes. When you go to your car, lock your car right away. Don't let somebody distract you. That was a big thing. What time is it? Well, you just looked at your watch. I just pickpocketed your pocket.
I don't know.
I just stole your wallet. Okay? While you were just watching,
Oh, I see.
while you were just looking at your watch,
They distract.
I just stole your
I
pocketbook. Okay? Most people put their pocketbook in the grocery cart. Oh, we still have it. I'm going to put my pocketbook right here in the grocery cart, and I'm going over to this aisle over here.
You do that, but you have to strap it in.
Okay. But if it's strapped in, how long does it take to unzip and take the wallet out?
It's gonna take you a minute to find it in mine, just saying.
But these big heavy bags actually help. Mine's not so heavy, but they do help. So if you're walking, somebody approaches you, somebody tries to attack you, what can you use? I just took a cane. How about if I just use the cane?
Oh, yeah.
Okay?
Some damage.
Get low. Lower gravity. First thing you do is yell. Get back. Go away. No. I'm coming after you. What are you going to do?
Punch you in the nose.
Well, that was kind of meek.
Like this. How?
What are you going to tell me to do?
Get lost. Back up.
You get the perfect angle right
Okay, I'm actually going to sit on her lap before she actually says something like go away.
I'm the bad guy?
No, you're the one I'm attacking.
Oh, I didn't know because you got a cane. I think you're a little old lady.
You never know.
I'm going to sit on her lap and she's still not going to respond.
If you want to attack me,
I'm attacking you.
I'm going to punch you in the nose.
That wasn't a very quiet way to do it.
I'm going to scream.
Yeah, that was a very meek scream.
Get away.
I'm going to turn. I can't run, so I don't know what to. What should I do?
Yell. Raise your
I
voice.
can do that. Okay, I can.
Yell. Go away. Scream. I have my cane. What can I use? Go away. Get back. You've got a walker. Shove it at him. Okay? And I see everybody here, just about everybody has a purse. What can we use that for? And don't tell me you don't have a million pennies in the bottom of those. Okay. How many people have more junk in their purse than they know what to do with? Exactly. What do we do with it? We can slam somebody with it. Use it. Use it to your advantage. What else do you have? What else do we have? Tons and tons and tons of keys. I have extra keys. I had to get in my office to get my stuff. So I have extra keys. Walking to your car at night, even in the daytime. Take your car key. That nobody really uses anymore because they're all fobs. Put it between your fingers.
Great idea.
Because you can poke somebody with it.
What about if you take your keys and pin them to your pants?
Well, if somebody's coming after you, I want you to use your key to poke them with.
They
There you go. She's feistier. Okay?
I didn't want to hurt you. Yeah, and what about this?
You don't have to hurt me. I bounce.
What about this? A permit to carry.
You can get a license to carry, but you have to go through the class. Unless you're 70, it's $100. If you're 70 and over, the permit is free, but you still need a class, a safety class.
So how do you feel about somebody our age, my age, carrying? With a permit?
If you're able to do it
Is it something-
safely, but what's the likelihood of it getting taken away from you?
Yeah. Using it on you.
Using it on you.
And you gotta keep practicing.
You have to practice, 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 practice. That's why we're up at the range a lot. We have to practice, practice, practice. See? But use your car keys. What's usually attached to your car keys? The alarm. Set your alarm off. If you're drawing attention, they're going to leave. Okay? They don't want somebody who's going to fight back. Okay? How many people have Apple iPhones? Mine's a cheap Samsung. Sorry. Do you realize on the right-hand side of the Apple, if you press that button 3 times, it calls 911? Please do not practice here. Okay? Do not practice now. I don't want the police department to come up and find me.
Which button?
On the Apples, there's one on the right-hand side.
One on the right. This one.
Because everybody tries to adjust their volume with it and it calls 911. We have to go down and check on you.
Okay, this is a Samsung.
Samsung does have another emergency call.
Did you say it's red? I don't have
See? Flip on the Samsung. emergency call right in the bottom.
Okay.
I'm looking on.
Okay.
All right, because I never use the phone to call.
Nope, it's that right there. Okay?
It has to be.
Flip phones, I don't know if they actually have them on the flip phones. But these, like this, will have an emergency call. All you do is hit the button. Sometimes, and I gotta warn you, sometimes if it's a phase 1 or phase 2 phones, which were the older ones, it may take up to 30 seconds for it to pinpoint exactly where you are. Okay? If it's the newest generations, it's almost instant and it's within 2 meters of where you are.
What is that? I'm sorry, I missed that.
When you call 911, especially on a cell phone, if you have an older cell phone, it could take up to 30 seconds to pinpoint exactly where you are. Because originally hit the tower and then come back, and sometimes we have to retransmit or refresh, and then it shows where you are. The newest generations of phones, it's almost instant. We can tell you the address. We can even see where the apartment is. If it's a landline, if it's a cell phone, we can find you. Okay, it's usually accurate up to like 2 meters of where you are. So it's fairly accurate. Okay? But these are great because when you actually make that emergency call, it sets off a siren on your phone. No! No, they know I'm up here.
I heard that there was a hand signal that you can signal the police with. Is that true sometimes?
We don't know a lot of the hand signals that are out there. Yeah, we're not going to recognize that. But if you go whoop, I will come and find you. Okay? So use your phone to your advantage to defend yourself. Now, suppose you're out there. The Google Watches. This is a Garmin. Okay? I run with my Garmin all the time. And I leave my phone at home, so it's really not going to work very well. If I hit the button on the side 4 times, which I have done installing a car seat, it will call 911. It will call my emergency contacts.
So these will do the same thing?
Google Watches will do the same thing. Apple Watches will do it. To stay safe in your own home, I know they don't look like the Lifeline buttons, which a lot of people say, oh, that's for older people. They're lifesavers. The Google Watches, the Apple Watches have fall detection. So if you drop suddenly, it will call 911. It will ask you, do you want to call 911?
Oh, I've had that happen.
And if you,
No, I didn't.
if you don't respond, it will. Okay? It will. So if you're out walking, you're out doing something, you've got one of those watches, you can hit the watch too. You want to discreetly go, doot, 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 and it will call.
Where can you get those? Can you get them?
Oh, you can get them just about anywhere. Apple Store. They said this is a Garmin. All kinds of things. Now, suppose you're out and about. You left your purse at home. You left your phone at home. You left your keys at home. You left your cane at home, which I hope not, because if you needed it, that's a bad place for it. Now, what do you use?
Your foot.
Use your foot to do what? Where do you want to kick them?
Growing. The knee.
Kick them in the family jewels.
Right.
Okay?
Guy in the back.
Kick them in the shin. Okay? Somebody grabs you from behind. What are you going to use?
Elbow.
Yes, you're equipped with 2 very pointy things that actually hurt.
But you want to know something? I have fragile bones. I mean, osteoporosis. I can tell that's so sharp. I'll break it, but I'll get rid of it.
Okay.
You'll be alive.
Would you rather have a broken elbow or be dead?
The elbow.
Yeah, take the elbow, smash them. Stomach is a good spot. The groin is a good spot. The nose is a very good spot. Okay, this gushes blood like crazy, and boy does it hurt. It will get them away. What's another spot you can stomp on? Go for the eyes. A lot of you have nice manicures. Your nice pointy fingernails. Well, I don't either. Go for the eyes. Go for the nose. Go for anywhere that's going to hurt. Yell and scream when you do it. I've got you from behind. You can't move your elbows. Now what are you going to do? She's going to giggle.
I'm going to giggle.
She's not safe. She's going to giggle. Boom. Okay, you can't move your arms. I've got them.
Oh.
Now what are you going to use?
Use my legs.
Use your legs.
How about your head?
Stomp on the instep.
Up on the foot.
Stomp on the top of the foot. That really hurts too. Kick them in the shins. That hurts. Okay. Use anything you can to keep yourself safe. What are you going to do? I'm going to attack you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What you got right in front of you? There you go. Throw the water bottle. If you got a bag of groceries, that can of beans that you just bought, that's going to hurt. Yep, throw it at them.
It sounds silly, but this is what saved my life. I had a Tootsie Roll Pop, killer candy,
Right. Jab them with your candy.
pens, like what you have there.
A pen. What do we do with a pen?
Eyes.
Eyes. What do we do with, well, this is not going to do much damage.
That's not gonna do much.
This
damage.
might.
That might, yeah.
That will do a lot of damage. But the best thing is prevention. Don't put yourself in a spot that you may get attacked at. Lighting. Make sure it's well lit. Make sure, leaving bingo, leave 2 or 3 people at a time. Okay, don't put yourself in that spot. But if you are, I want to make sure you can be able to defend yourself. What are you going to do if I come after you?
Run,
If you can, run. Now what are you going to do?
push you
Push,
away.
shove,
Scream.
yell, scream, throw all your, well, she's going to throw Mickey Mouse at me.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Mine wouldn't do much, but.
That key can do a lot of damage. This can do a lot of damage. It's sharp. So Mickey might not do any good. The key will.
Do you ever come to a point where you just go, Uncle, you can have my pocketbook, Uncle?
If it's going to come down to you getting seriously hurt, give it up. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, but if it comes down to it, you try. Right. If they have you on the ground, what do? Just use the rocks. Use anything.
If you give them the phone, then you have all your identification in it.
Those are,
Wipe you out also.
well, that's when you immediately call your bank, your phone, and everything else, and put everything on hold. Okay, cancel everything out. But stay safe.
What if you mean?
Okay, it's almost time for lunch. Do we have any other questions?
I have one last question. What, we've been talking about if he comes after you, what if it's a they? What if it's like, say, 2 19 or 20-year-olds? I hate it.
A lot of times, if they're coming after you in a group, give it up. Give it up. The youth, unfortunately, the youth of today have no consequences. They changed the juvenile laws. Our hands are tied. It's becoming a disaster. We have to hang on a little bit. It's going to go the other direction when people realize this is not working. Okay. The original thought was their brains are not developed. They don't understand. Now they fully understand I have no consequences. We're going to do what we want. When you have 11-year-olds in Boston beating up a homeless man, you can't even arrest them. You can't charge. That's it. That's not working.
Just suppose somebody's attacking you and you're near a fire alarm. Can you pull that? Or is that illegal?
Does that make enough noise?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do what you have to. Do what you have to. I don't want to run over until lunchtime. So if you're all set, have a great day.